I'm going to show you how to make some enhancements in images in the pages on the SCYM website. So let's look at this one. We have a little bit of a problem here on this page because the image doesn't have any space between the image itself and the text, and it kind of runs together and looks a little ugly. So let's fix that. First thing is we go into Edit, and then we can double click the image, and that brings up the image properties dialog. Now you'll get this dialog also when you embed the image the first time, and you can make these changes then, but if it's already on the page, this is how you do it. Anyway, once you're in the image properties dialog, you click on Advanced. There's a field called Style Sheet Classes, and we're going to apply a style sheet class called image top left, separated by dashes. Now this is a class that we've defined in our style sheets, so we're going to click OK. Now in the editor we don't see any difference. This is because our style sheets don't apply in this editing view here, but we'll see when we click Save that we now have some space in between the picture and the text. There are a number of other styles that you can apply. So for example, if the image is over here on this side, you'll want to apply the class image top right instead of image top left. Or if it's at the very top, you'll apply image left or image right. And all they do is add a little padding in between the image and the rest of the text. Now let's look at another technique. We'll go to about friends. And on this page we've got a very large graphic. And this looks okay in a regular browser, but what will it look like on a cell phone? Well, you can emulate this in browsers, particularly in Chrome, by pressing the F12 key. That brings up our developer tools screen, and actually what we're going to do is just move that out of the way for now. But once it's in this developer tools mode, you'll see that it has a little frame around the browser, and it has a number of little tools that you can use, and one of these is the device emulation. So I'll click on here, and I'm going to select iPhone 4, and also I'm going to click the refresh button, reload this page, because that'll give us a better view of what it's going to look like. Sometimes it's a little finicky. You have to click the orientation a couple of times. That gets it right. But this will give you an idea of how it will look on the phone. And notice you have this little circle here that represents your finger. So we'll just kind of scroll on down here and look at our picture. Unfortunately, all we really get in this is the thumb. So that doesn't look really good on that device. So we can get out of here by clicking this little icon up in the left corner. That puts us back in our full screen mode, and then we can, if we like, we can close the developer tools window, and that gets us back to our normal view of things. So how do we change this image? First thing we do, of course, is to click the Edit button, and then we double click the image to get the image properties dialog, just as we did before. I'm going to go on to the Advanced tab. Now, in Bootstrap, which is a set of CSS style sheets that we use, there's a special class called img-responsive. Now, what this little CSS class does is to make the image resize itself depending on the size of the screen that it's on. So if you are on a small device, it will reduce the image to a size appropriate to the device. In order to do that, we want to get rid of this, see this style field that pins the height and margins and so on and width down. And we don't want that because that'll distort our image when it displays in a different device. So we'll just get rid of that. Okay, so see, we've added IMG responsive to style sheet classes, and we've blanked out the style field, and we tell it OK. Now, as before, we don't really see any difference in our editor, except that the now, since we've removed those size, the specifications, the image here is full size in this editor, which looks pretty awkward, but it's not going to be that way when we see it on the website. So we just click Save. And here's the view on a regular size browser window. You'll see that it's much like it was before, except it's a little more accurately framed to the column of text, which is nice. But the best part is this: we'll press our F12 key, bring back the developer tools, move that out of the way, and now we can select our device. Let's try iPhone 5 and click refresh, and all this stuff up here. You know, it makes for testing, if possible, you should do that logged out, because Drupal adds all this junk up here and it kind of gets in the way. But in any case, we can look down here and we can see now that our image is sized to the size of the device. Looks kind of nice, actually. So we'll go back to normal here. I'll get the developer tools window, and we just close it, and that makes all that junk go away. Okay, so that's how to add the image responsive class. You can add multiple classes in that style sheet classes field by separating them with a space, and there are many other classes you can use, and I'll write a separate document to detail all of those.